Hi, Helen. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this testimonial. I know that you're just getting ready for your award ceremony, and we caught you right before it. So I'm delighted that you took time to share your successes with us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Eva. The only, I guess, downside of this is that I can't be live with you because I would have been loved to have been doing this live.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at the Oscars and I'm accepting my award and I can't be there with you live, so I have to come streamlined.
That's okay. It's a worthy reason not to be with us. That's okay. So Helen, I'd love to ask you a couple of questions about your journey. You have been sitting in the hot seat several times already, but you keep going on with thinking into results and accomplishing results. So I want to ask you a little bit about your journey with thinking into results. Number one, what was your life like before the course? Can you tell us a few details of what were you up to? What were you doing? And what was going on for you?
Okay, so we'll kind of break it down on the business and personal side. So from the business side, my results kind of went up and down. I mean, I think I always kind of was driven for success. I had 4 kind of fitness franchises and they had done very well. And then the recession hit and I had difficulty bouncing back, and starting another business and everything like that. I blamed it on the recession, and I've learned a lot about now. A lot of it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it. So I would have been successful in business, always looking to achieve more, always setting goals. But then it was interesting. I'd set a goal and I'd say, a year later, why didn't I achieve it? Well, I wasn't really looking at the goal. I wasn't really changing my habits to achieve the goal. So I kind of took the first step and then never kind of did a lot of the implementation. So I would spend a little bit of time getting frustrated at that. And then on a personal level, that frustration would kind of manifest in the relationships personally. So, there wasn't a set routine. I'd get up in the morning, rush to school, rush here, rush there, never taking time for myself. And I was wondering why I was frustrated all the time.
Yeah.
So that would have been personally. So that was all kind of what was going on, kind of the lead up to meeting you.
Okay, great. And I'm glad we met.
Yeah, so am I.
So what can you share with us some of the biggest results? I know, of course, you are in award ceremony for a reason. Mm-hmm. So what are your biggest results so far from thinking into results that you've experienced?
Yeah. So I think, again, I'll break them down from a professional basis and then a personal basis. Professionally, this year, and I was just doing the numbers before I jumped on this call with you, my business is up 85%. I would love to say 100%, but I think I should keep it real and say 84.7%. So business is up 85%. And in saying that, I had set a goal to reach a target of what they call MDRT. So in my industry as a financial advisor, that's you are in the top 2% of your industry. Mm-hmm. And I was awarded a trip to Los Angeles that I'll be going to in June. And I know, I just say these things like they just float off my tongue. I'll be going there with the family will be joining me. So that was a big thing. I had written down as one of my goals was to reward kind of my family for the hard work I had done. So we'll be going to San Diego and we'll be doing that. So that's number one. I pushed forward because one of my original goals was to go beyond that MDRT and reach kind of another milestone, which is kind of 2 million in sales. But that was achieved on the 29th of December.
Brilliant.
So, and that was my original goal. And I achieved that. So that resulted in a very high income, my highest income for myself in December, and also my highest kind of production, you know what I mean, as an advisor. So that was brilliant. On the personal side, and this is even just as extraordinary. So for anyone who's listening, I think this is important. I sometimes could be a busy fool. So I would be, running around, action, running around, working every hour of the clock. And back in January, I made a decision that I wasn't going to be working every evening or every, just working all the hours. So if you called me and said, I want to meet you tonight, I'd be saying, yes, and what I realized is no, I need to put a schedule in place and I need to have an appropriate balance for myself and my family and still achieve my goals. Yeah. So I worked really smarter. So I have not, and I'm very proud to say this, because in my industry, a lot of people work evenings. I've really not worked an evening unless it's been absolutely necessary in the last 12 months. Wow. So I achieved 85% more in probably 25% less time, So that was a big thing. And there's and people in the room who've done thinking to results or thinking about this, I've also done this, and I mean this hand on heart, with a calmness of mind, like an absolute kind of relax, because I'd always be in a state of kind of not anxiety but stress, oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
whereas I'm completely like, yes, and just complete calmness, which as you can see, I'm quite excitable and quite full of energy, so that's a big achievement.
Amazing. I love it. So not only less time, but you've earned more, you've hit your goals, you went past your goals, and well past the industry goals, and also less time, so you have more balance for family, more time for family. So you were basically more fulfilled, right? Because of course it wasn't so pleasant when you were doing the work and basically not seeing the family, right? That's not the way we want to live. Okay, and what do you think, before you started the course, what do you think was in the way for you to do it, to live your life on your terms?
What was in my way? Myself, maybe a little bit, but I think really, and I was really thinking about this a lot over the holidays, as I get ready to as I'm in the middle of setting my goals for this year. And I think some of that was, it's not easy, right? And if it's easy, everybody would do it, but it's not easy to keep believing in what you want to achieve when you're not seeing the results. Okay. Yeah. So, and what I mean by that is, when you spoke to me, when I started setting my goals a year ago, I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to do this. How am I? So it's like, I wanted to see it, it had to be tangible. I had to see it rather than just allowing it and believing it. So what stood in my way, again, as I'm saying, is that, well, if I can't see it, I have to see it. And I was explaining to someone, and I know you've probably done this in your workshop today, your A, B, and C goals, right?
Yeah.
So I would always do B goals. I'd be sitting there, if I do that, I'll do this, That wasn't really, that wasn't really fulfilling me, right? So now I realized, wow, the sky's my limit. So what was stopping me was, how am I going to do this? Maybe a little bit of fear, a little bit of, I can't see it. I can't feel it. So how am I going to do it? So I had to really believe in myself and just allow it to happen.
Yeah.
And just have faith in you and the program and just to do it. Yeah.
Brilliant. What do you think is the benefit of having clear goals, and really the right goals, the goals that really are C-type goals, and having them written, repeating them? What do you think is the difference in your life since you've got it?
You get what you focus on. Like, I can't, like, I'm sitting here waiting, like, me, I'll give you 10 sentences, but actually you get what you focus on. Yeah. So when you continue to do it, and when you say it, it's like having a roadmap, Yeah. Bob says, if you don't have a map, you just keep going. And where am I going? And where am I going? So like, and then by writing it, in writing it and seeing it, you are kind of getting rid of the gremlins that are saying, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Right? Because if I don't write things or see things or do them, I might be letting something else get in the way that says, no, you can't. Right?
Yeah.
So, and being very clear and direct, it gives you, like, I'm looking at your vision board behind you, that I have that. So that gives me a clear direction of where I'm going. Where am I going? What's my focus? How many meetings do I need to have? Who do I need to see? Habits. Yeah.
Brilliant. And finally, what would you say to people that are looking into thinking into results, and maybe looking into sitting down with me, talking to me about their goals and how they can accomplish them with the program? What would you say to them?
And I've said this before, like, first of all, it was the best decision I've ever made. I probably had the exact same concerns people have, do I have the time to do this? That was a big one. How do I get up an hour earlier and an hour?
You were busy.
But now, like, how could I not, right? Do I have the time? It's a big investment, right? I was only starting my business. The money wasn't exactly there. So it was a big leap of faith as far as the income. But I've done whatever 4 or 5 times at this month. So so it was income and time and money. But why I would suggest people sit down with you, I have to remain focused here, Helen, is that it is my playbook. Like you said to me, I've been in the hot seat. I'm like there. This will be part of my, professional and personal journey throughout, my life. So I think that to me, you can bolt on other things, but this is the core and the basis and the foundation for how I, lead myself professionally and personally. So I think everyone in the room owes it to themselves to just take that half hour, or if it's an hour, if you're so generous, and explore it. You know what I mean? Just explore it. See if it's something that's for you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Helen, and go and enjoy your ceremony.
Thank you so much.
You deserve every bit of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.